Thank you, Amiho. Okay, I'm gonna try to operate the slide and talk at the same time. um, oh, here are it. So in our 2024-2029 RFP, the total amount of funding that we are going to be distributing is 87.3 million to around 96.5 million. And this is including all of our funding strategies and initiatives. We have 4 result areas that are within our RFP, 8 service areas, 23 funding strategies, and 8 initiatives. Hopefully you all have already opened up the RFP and some of these terms are very familiar to you, so they don't seem as foreign, but if not, I'm going to go through exactly what each section ultimately means. So our 4 result areas, our children and youth are supported by nurturing families and communities. Children and youth are physically and emotionally healthy. Children and youth are ready to learn and succeed in school, and youth are ready for college, work, and productive adulthood. We believe in order to have children and youth ready to learn and succeed in school, and for them to be ready for college, work, and productive adulthood, we have to have these 2 foundational things in place, such as children and youth are supported by nurturing families and communities, and they are physically and emotionally healthy. If these conditions are not in place, then these other 2 result areas are not possible. So our RFP encompasses all 4 to make sure we are serving the entire child, the entire youth, and the families as a whole. Now I'm going to break down the different result areas and what they are, the target population, the need, concentrated need, and characteristics of increased need. So under our children and youth are ready to learn and succeed in school, this result area focuses on programs, resources, and supports, and activities that provide opportunities for youth to learn, gain SEL skills, engage educationally, and have access to needed supports. The target population for this result area are ages 6 through 13 and 14 through 17. As I go through each result area, you'll see that the target populations vary, but ultimately for all 4, we're trying to serve all ages. Citywide universal need, so K through 12 graders in need of enrichment programming. This is the universal need that we believe that all youth in these grades, result area focuses on. Concentrated need, we called out some specific target populations such as African American, American Indian, Alaska Native, Hispanic, Latinx, Pacific Islander, low-income Asian, and individuals with disabilities and their families. This is the population. In addition to the age range, this is the group that we believe has that we want to concentrate on, that are most in need, that the strategies that fall within this result area will focus on. And then characteristics of increased need. In addition to those ethnic populations that we want to focus on, there's other groups of folks that we feel need to have focus and that this result area covers, such as foster youth, LGBTQ, justice involved, teen parents, underhoused. You'll see as I move forward, pretty much in every result area, the concentrated need and characteristics of need are pretty much the same. So I won't continue to go over each one each time. Underneath children and youth are ready to learn and succeed in school, there are 3 service areas: out of school time, educational supports, enrichment and skill building. We have allocation amounts that this is the amount of funding that is available for the 2 strategies that fall, or the strategies that fall under those service areas. So for out of school time, we have 27.7 million to 30.6 million available across 2 strategies, Beacon Community Schools and Comprehensive Year-Round and Summer Learning. Under educational supports, it's about 6 million to 6.6 million for these 3 strategies, which are academic supports, literacy supports, and summer transitions. And then the final service area under this result is enrichment and skill building, which about 8.9 million to 9.8 is available for these 3 strategies, which are arts and creative expression, identity formation and inclusion, STEM, and environmental sustainability. I'm not going to explain what those strategies are. You can read them in the RFP. Okay, next result area Our youth are ready for college, work, and productive adulthood. Under this result area, we expect programs, resources, and supports and activities that help youth and TAY, which are transitional age youth, gain exposure, skills, and abilities that prepare them for successful transitions into adulthood. The target populations for this particular result area are 14 through 17 and 18 to 24. The citywide universal need, the focus is on 9th through 12th graders, and TAYA, which once again is transitional age youth and young adults in need of career development and employment, and TAYA in need of enrichment programming. And you'll see that the concentrated need and characteristics of need are similar under this result area as well. For the strategies that fall under this result area, or the service areas that fall under here, we have youth workforce development with the allocation amount of 23.4 to 25.8. And the strategies are youth workforce development for TAYA, the Mayor's Youth Employment and Education Program, opportunities for all youth works, and high school partnerships. The next service area is educational supports, where you can see it's 6 to 6.6 million, and the strategies that fall under there are alternative education, academic supports. This is a big one as far as the result area. The next service area is justice services, where you can see it's 12.7 to 14 million. And the strategies that fall under this one is custody-based services, justice services care coordinators, credible messenger, life coach, SF Community Assessment and Referral Center, also known as CARC, young adult court case management. Under enrichment and skill building, 8.9 to 9.8. So you may have noticed that this also appeared in the last result area. There are several service areas that cross over our result area, but the allocation amount is the same across the board. So for this one, it's 8.9 to 9.8 with the same strategies: arts and creative expression, identity formation and inclusion, STEM, environmental sustainability. The difference between the two, once again, is the population. So make sure you pay attention to that. Youth empowerment, 3.9 to 4.4, with the strategies being youth-led philanthropy, youth leadership and organizing. Our next result area, our children and youth are supported by nurturing families and communities. Under this result area, programs, resources, and supports and activities that increase the ability for families to nurture their children and for communities to be safe, connected, and engaged. Here, the target populations range our entire gamut of 0 to 24. Citywide universal needs, so focused on parents and caregivers in need of support, children, youth, TAYA, and families needing access to programs and resources. The service areas that fall under this result are justice services, with the allocation amount of 12.7 to 14 million. And the strategies or initiatives are whole family support, out-of-home placement, school crisis support. The next service area is family empowerment with 6 to 8 million. And the strategies underneath there are collaboratives. And the final service area is outreach and access. That's between 1 to 2 million. And the strategy under there is community navigators. And finally, our last result area, our children and youth are physically and emotionally healthy. And under this result area, programs, resources, supports, and activities that promote physical, emotional, behavioral, and mental health, as well as healing from trauma. The target populations for this result area is 6 to 13 and 14 to 17. The universal needs citywide is that children, youth, TAYA, and families in need of meals and snacks, and 12th graders in TAYA in need of sports and physical activities. Only one service area falls under this result area, which is enrichment and skill building. Once again, at 8.9 to 9.8 million for sports and physical activities.